Hello, everyone. Welcome to Hope. My name is Tammy Lynn Connors. I have two beautiful people here with me. I always introduce people as my friends, but these two have become more like my family. So this is Phillip and Christina.
Hi there.
Hello.
I'm so excited to have you guys on here today. Thank you so much for saying yes.
Thank you.
We're all a little bit, nervous as always, which is fine. I told them it's kind of like we sit in a coffee shop and we're just chit chatting. So, just for those that do not know, Hope is helping other people evolve. And what my mission and vision here is with Hope is just to help people get through their struggles to get to a strength. I hope that by hearing one of these stories that you can get out of bed that day and just go try to do life a little bit better. This story here is very powerful and very close to my heart. I'm sure you'll see some emotions here, and that's okay because my podcast is about real life and real people. And Christina and Philip met. Would you say sophomore year is when you started dating? Maybe.
Yeah, about sophomore year.
About that.
Yeah. So now you're how old?
22 and 23.
Yeah. So you've been together quite a while then. It's good.
Oh, yeah.
It's good. So I'm going to go ahead and share a little bit of what the story of Hope is about. In 2020, April, correct? April 3rd?
April 3rd.
April 3rd. Unfortunately, Philip's mother, my friend, his mother, her mother-in-law to be, was brutally murdered by Philip's dad, unfortunately, and we lost Kristie. There's Philip and Brian, who's 20, and then Jasmine and Ava, who are 12 and 9 now. So this was almost 2 years ago. So going through that tragedy was, I guess I don't even know how to share the words of that. That's something that no child should ever have to go through, just like no parent should ever have to go through losing a child. But for Philip, basically you lost both your parents.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So I know that the struggle had to been real. In the beginning, Jasmine and Ava were with who then?
Let's see. In the beginning, after April 3rd?
Yeah.
At the beginning, they were with my grandma Vic up at Clear Lake.
Okay. So Vic, that was your mom's parents, Vicky and Steve. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So they were there for a while. And then now the girls live with you guys, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I guess let's go to the point where you two decided that it would be in the best interest for the girls for you two to get custody and raise them. Because for me, that's a big step for as young as you are, to think
Right.
that. And I'd have to say that probably 90% of people in this world, young people, would be like, they can live with grandma and grandpa, it'll be fine. Mm-hmm. So do you mind sharing a little bit about that? What conversation did you guys have together to say, hey, you know what? I think we need to do this.
Well, it's just basically, sooner or later we got to get on our own feet, and Jasmine and Ava, they're pretty much mine now. And so I wanted to do things my own way, raise them my own ways. And so we just decided, let's get an apartment, let's get guardianship, and here we are.
And here you are. Yeah.
I remember the first time you asked me, we're actually in Arizona a couple days after it happened. And you had a conversation with everyone, with Mama, Papa, Uncle, the girls. And then you came out to me, we were outside, and you just said that you want to be the person who's going to raise the girls. And you asked me if I wanted to do it with you. And it's never an easy yes, it's never an easy no, but I knew, like, yes, we're going to do this. And then a couple months later, we're like, okay, enough is enough. We need to be on our own. And now we live in this beautiful apartment.
Yeah.
Funny
Going
story.
on to a year now.
We were, when we were talking about that down in Arizona, we were kind of like, confused about what we were going to do. So we were sitting in Mike and Jolene's Escalade, talking about it and just thinking over the scenarios, what we're going to do, where we're going to live, what's going to happen in the future. Still unsure of what we're going to do. We look on the radio and a song comes on and it's Blink-182. It's Blink-182 and the song title is Stay Together for the Kids.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. And we took a picture of it and just
That was all Kristie.
Yeah.
That was for sure. Wow, that
don't-
is powerful.
I don't think it gets any more clear than that.
Nope, I would say not. You know what? I talk about those. So whenever I'm talking on my podcast about things like that, I'm like, whatever you believe. I always say that, whatever you believe in, whether it's God, the universe, or whatever you want to believe. But when those signs come like that, and a lot of times people don't even see those signs,
Not at all.
Mhm.
So for you to look at that and be like, yeah, this is what we have to do. Now,
Mhm.
that being almost 2 years ago, I mean, you were 21.
Yeah, 21.
21, and you were just 19 then, right? If I'm doing
20,
that.
yeah, 20,
Yeah.
yeah. 20,
21, 19.
21,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I guess so. 2 years ago. Okay, 20. Yeah. So I mean, but so for me, when we were in Vegas in July, and we had surprised our one friend for his birthday, and they came, and I remember looking at you two, and I was like, go do something, just the two of you, because we got the girls right now, because you guys probably don't get that much time to do that, And so I remember there was two things in Vegas that really, I didn't really know you that well, and I didn't really know you that well. I met you a couple times, and
Right.
but when I went and I picked you guys up, because you guys did go do something on your own, and we were driving back, and we had a great conversation about the girls, and also about, like, are you guys planning on having kids?
Right.
Yeah.
I remember this.
Yeah. And you said definitely.
Yeah.
And things like that to me are like important, and the girls are excited about it, and I loved Ava said to me, Ava's the youngest. And I had, so just a little feedback on me and the girls. I had known Kristie for, I don't 2017, I think I met her. So right around there. So about, maybe it was 16, I don't know, 4 or 5 years I had known her, like on getaways and things like that. But in November of 2019, I went out to Arizona for a week to do a mud girl thing.
Mhm.
And when I was there, that was the first time I really met the girls.
Yeah.
And so I hung out there, and we all were in the same apartment area. And of course I fell in love with the girls, because those girls are just easy to fall in love with.
How can you not?
How can you not?
Yeah,
Exactly. But also Kristie was so easy to fall in love with. She
yeah.
amazing person. And I want to talk about her some more here too. But I remember when I was leaving there, Ava and I were real close, because Ava and I kind of have the same personality. And so, but I remember when I was leaving, Kristie hugged me, and she's like, please don't go. She's like, we love having you here. And that's when her and I's relationship changed. And I knew how much her kids meant to her, Kristie. I know how much you kids mean to her. And so when we were in I think we were in the truck, or we had just gotten to Vegas, and Ava came up to me, and she's like, you're just going to love this. And I was like, what? And she calls you KK? Kiki. She said, Kiki reads Bible stories to us, and she talks about God at night. Don't you just love that, Tammy? And I was like, I do. I love that. But to me, it was just powerful that she felt that was so important, And I think another thing that I saw when we were there in Vegas is people started talking about memories about Kristie. And I don't know how soon that had happened, but I think that that's very important,
Right.
And I think that you guys do that pretty well. I know when I walk in the girls' room,
we have pictures.
I saw their pictures.
We usually bring up a memory during dinner, or if anything pops up in their heads and mind, or if they see something and remember. Yeah.
Facebook memories, we'll show them, and have remembrance of that day, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's good. That's pretty powerful too. So so I guess let's talk about your mom a little bit, if you don't mind, because I love talking about your mom, because I think that your mom was an amazing person. And I think sometimes, unfortunately, in tragedies like this, sometimes that's forgotten. So I know that she was an amazing woman, because I see the example that she left, that you boys, the girls. But just, will you share with us a little bit about her?
Well, where do I even start?
I know. Well, I guess, so I know that some point, I think I heard you say to somebody, well, my mom raised me to be able to do this.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
she literally, I was the one to help her out. I was her right hand man when it came to the babies, and she needed me to change a diaper. I'd change a diaper, or feed a kid. I would feed the kids. One of the two. Just always right there by her side, helping her out.
Yeah. And that's almost like preparing you because
Really though, honestly, that's the way I look at it. I mean, yeah, I had to help her out a lot, but it prepared me for this.
right.
And honestly, it prepared. Wow, what's the word? It's gonna prepare me for fatherhood for when I have my own kids.
Yeah.
And for that, I think that's one of the greatest gifts she has given me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah.
And you and I guess the greatest thing about that is, okay, I always say that, I mean, this is a different type of gift, but the gifts that we're given, a lot of people don't use those gifts.
No.
I mean, so it's kind of hard because you were like, okay, I have to.
Yeah.
Right.
Or I guess you could have said, I don't have to, because that's what people make their choices.
Mhm.
But you guys stepped up to the plate and, like, as kids, as far as I'm concerned, you two, and said, you know what, we're going to do this. And when you see the girls, you know that you guys are doing a great job, a phenomenal job. I just think that you guys need to know that more. I don't know if people tell you that a lot.
Oh, thank you, Tammy.
It's the truth. Like, I am so impressed with you two. You don't even know. Like, I talk about you a lot. I pray for you guys a lot. But when I see the girls, they're always smiling. They're happy. Their hearts are so full. And they don't seem to have, and I don't know because they're young still, but not a lot of anger in them. I think that you guys instill a lot of joy in them. You let them know that, this is, I guess, life, but you're going to give them the best life that they can without their mom. And I think that that's very, very commendable. I think that more people need to tell you that. I think that what you're doing is great. I think that you guys staying together too through it all, I'm sure that you have your moments, but we talked about this a little bit beforehand too, and that's about communication.
That
you
is.
know and that you guys communicate with each other. And I just don't know if even us talking right here gives the power to what you two have done. And there's so many people out there in the world that sit back and just let, I guess, things happen, and they don't try to make better of things.
Right.
And that's what you two have done. And I commend you completely, and I really commend you too, because I think about it, and when you had that conversation, when you said, I want you to do this with me, I mean, as a young girl, most young girls would have been like, yeah, I don't think so.
Right.
I don't think so,
Right.
but it just shows the love that you have in your heart and the love that you have for each other.
Mhm.
And I know you guys got engaged recently.
Yes, we did.
Yes. And do we set a wedding date yet?
We're
Still in
trying.
talks.
Yeah, we're trying. It's
Yeah.
so hard.
Yeah. I'm sure it is.
It's
You guys
really
have
hard.
a lot going on. The girls are in what grades?
6th and 3rd.
6th and 3rd. Now, I know that last October, is that when Ava's birthday is?
Yes.
Yes. I know that you guys threw her a birthday party at the
We
park.
did.
Yes.
And that was the first time throwing a birthday party like that, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
successful.
You guys
It
are having
was
all
fun.
kinds of, like, first, basically. Like, people have first with their baby on their first birthday, but you're having, like, the first on the 9th birthday.
Yeah.
And I heard that party was amazing.
It was
I
fun,
saw
yeah.
pictures, but I heard everybody's like, they did a great job putting it all together.
Hey, all credit to Christina. She planned everything. She got everything set up, bought all the decorations. That's just kind of, the helping hand. So
Well,
all credit towards her.
she's a good
It
woman.
was a lot of fun,
without a
yeah.
doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess if I were you, I'd be like every day, like, man, I am blessed right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Really, though.
you're both blessed.
Oh,
but
yeah.
yeah. So now and then when was Jasmine's birthday?
December.
Oh,
6th,
we
yeah.
called.
So just
we
recently.
called.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we called. That's right.
Yeah.
We called and surprised her on her birthday, and then she got really surprised because she thought she was having pudding instead of a cake. I remember. And then you had that great big cake for her. And it's just good to see, like, when we just got here, the girls are just happy. They're life is going good for them. You guys are providing a great, stable environment for them.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of times in these situations, and
Mhm.
even if they do have older siblings, I know a lot of times kids end up in foster care and things, and then they end up just in that vicious cycle. And I know that these girls are going to excel. I know that they've talked about when you guys are going to have babies because they're
Yes.
excited about it, right? Because they're going to be aunts,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
and that's so cool. There was something else I was going to talk about on here about the girls and just, I guess, just in general. I don't know. You guys are doing all kinds of new things, and
Yeah.
do you ever get to spend time with just the two of you?
Every now and again. It is rare, but like probably once, every 3 months we'll be able to go out to dinner together
Yeah.
or just get some time away, you know.
I
Yeah.
definitely try to trap him before he goes to bed.
Yeah.
I'm like, just talk to me.
Just talk to
Just
me,
a couple
please.
minutes before you go to sleep.
I need adult time. Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, we'll like stay busy throughout the day, and then like when it's bedtime, I'm like, okay, it's just you and I, and then so that kind of it keeps me going. As long as I get to talk to him before bed,
yeah.
it keeps me going. And then when we have
Mhm.
date night, it's amazing. It's great. It's needed. It's
Kind of
Yeah.
makes you appreciate a little more, you know, the
Yeah.
time we have with each other.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because really, you went from being able to be together alone all the time to
Mhm.
a whole different life.
Oh yeah.
Which honestly, I do tell him like I do miss that. I miss it like terribly
I'm
sometimes.
sure.
Where it becomes so hard where I just want it to be him and I, but I still wouldn't.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Like I can't just not do what we're doing.
That's because you have that heart,
Yeah.
and that's who you are, and that's what's very impressive. Because like I say, I mean, there's so many people out there that are just like,
Yeah, because I know I could say, all right, forget it, I'm leaving.
Right.
But it's just not, it's
No.
not what I'm going to do. And I don't feel good about it. Doing that, I can't.
I mean,
I
there's a
just
reason why you
can't.
said yes to the engagement ring, right?
Yeah.
For better or for worse.
Right.
Yeah. No. And I know, like, you play music, correct?
I play guitar.
Yeah. So is that like a good, like, for your soul good?
Honestly, it's really good because I feel like playing guitar expresses emotion that can't be expressed, you
Mhm.
know. I feel like that's one of my escapes. Like I can express my feelings through guitar rather than, you know, anger or whatever. Whatever I'm feeling, whether I'm having a down day or a good day, just depending on my mood, I always feel like whatever I'm going through, I can transform it into music.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So definitely it's a passion for me for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. I've listened to you play a few times on your like stories and stuff. And I'm like, man, he's really good.
Oh,
But that's good
thank you.
that's good that you do it like that, because and I always recommend that too to people. Like, you need to find those things that you can actually
Right.
get your emotions out. And I talked a little bit about this beforehand too,
Mhm.
especially with men, guys. You know, there's a lot that's been told since they were little. You know, you keep it quiet, keep it to
Mhm.
yourself, and then that's when you have these explosions of anger and it's not so much that it happened like that, it's kept building up inside
Right.
inside. So for
Mhm.
you to do that with the music is, I think, very powerful, because you're
Oh,
getting
yeah.
that, like,
It's definitely a therapy for me. Like, you know, I'll come home after a stressful day and I'll just pick up the guitar. I won't even play a song. I'll just make something up and just like kind of BS it. But it just feels good, you know?
yeah, then you can set it down and be like,
Yeah,
well,
just set it down and it's like a breath of fresh air. You're just like, okay, now I can really relax. You know?
yes, yes. And what about you? What do you do to kind of with your
Mm.
emotions and things? Do you talk to anybody? Do you just kind of pray? Yeah.
I haven't, I don't know. I've been still trying to figure it out,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
It becomes a lot for me because I feel like I don't give myself a break.
She really
Right.
doesn't.
I
Like, she is on
don't.
top of everything. If she's not on top of the girls, she's on top of me, making sure I'm doing my thing right.
Yeah.
It's a
I'll
24.
call my sister though. Like if
Yeah.
I get to a point, I'll call my sister. I definitely try to keep prayer. I know that's a battle with me and God. It's a battle always,
Mm-hmm.
but definitely prayer and kind of just talking to another outlet.
Yeah.
It helps. Or
Now-
I'll go on a drive myself. Like a couple times I would be like, okay, I'm going to the store. I'm leaving, and then so it just kind of like, I don't know, I guess my own headspace of being alone.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is powerful, and you need
Mhm.
that. Now, you say your sister, you have a twin sister, right?
I do have a twin sister.
Identical?
Yes. No, we're fraternal.
Oh, you're fraternal.
We look
okay.
identical, but we're fraternal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't really know how that works, but
Yeah.
I know that
Yeah, I
it's
don't
all
know.
like my great nephews, they're 21 and they're like fraternal. And I'm like, but they look identical. I
Yeah.
don't understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, so does she live around here?
No,
or?
she lives in Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's been hard not
Yeah.
being with her because, you know, we were like inseparable together all the time, talk about everything all the time. So, but, you know, just a FaceTime calls every now and then is really nice. So.
Yeah. Now she just got married recently, right?
She did,
Yeah.
yes, in August.
In August. And
so strange.
And the girls were they in the wedding?
They were flower girls.
Flower
yes.
girls, okay, because I saw the picture. Yeah. They both look so beautiful. And those, when I see those pictures of the girls, and they look so adorable, and their smile is genuine,
Mhm.
you
Oh,
know.
yeah.
And so that just shows what you two are doing, and it's powerful. And you need to make sure that you take care of you.
I know.
You know,
it's a struggle.
It is.
It's a struggle.
And especially so, just as we're talking about men keeping their emotions in, women tend to do all the things to help other people, and then we lose us a little bit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so when you go for that ride in the car, I don't know if you listen, like when I go for my rides in my car, man, I have music on cranked, and it's all kinds of music, you know,
Mhm.
whatever it is, it's good. Like your outlet is playing the guitar. My outlet really is dancing, as you guys know.
Yeah.
Mine is dancing. So, but I feel like we all need to find those things. But even for you to acknowledge that, yeah, hey, sometimes I need that break, and I
Mhm.
need to get my car and go. And I hope that you say, okay, I get it. I
Oh,
get what
yeah.
you got going
Oh,
on
yeah.
right now.
Mhm.
I mean, you to me, and I don't know, I don't live with you or haven't been around you that much, but you were pretty even kill temper,
Oh, yeah.
correct? No?
Yeah.
I mean,
Every once
I'm
in a
pretty
while,
chill.
Well, I
No,
mean,
he is, yeah.
and I think we all are every once in a while, but pretty chill is what you kind of represent to me, more of a
Right,
chill,
yeah.
like, well, compared to your brother, you're definitely chill.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. That
He's
is
a lot more calm, yes.
way more
There's
calm.
there's a difference in personalities there for sure. Brian's a great kid. It's just definitely different people. I know that we just went through the court hearing.
Mhm.
I don't even know how long the court hearing lasted.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, you
Yep.
would know, definitely. I was there for a few of the hearings, and then a lot of people were there from California and family and stuff, and then some people had to leave. And I know that the last like 3 days, there wasn't really anybody from us in the courtroom. I know Toria, which is the advocate, she was there, but I remember hearing on the live stream or whatever that the jury was out. So I hurried up and I got to the courthouse as quick as I could, because I thought that someone should be there for you guys.
Oh, you were there when they read the verdict?
I was.
Oh,
I was.
wow.
I went so I could hear the verdict, and just kind of like, because I didn't want it to be read and no family be there.
Mhm.
Right.
Because I mean, in my heart and soul and everything, if they couldn't have found him for premeditated murder, I don't know what is wrong with our world.
Right. That
I mean,
was our worst fear.
So just so everybody knows, with I'm going to go into this a little bit, with the court hearing that I'm talking about, he was definitely guilty. We all knew that because, well, he was guilty. But what they had to find is that it was a premeditated murder, and that way he would be sentenced to life. Is
Right.
what it should be, right? Is
Mhm.
what
It was a matter of it wasn't a matter of whether he did it or not. It was a matter of whether he planned it or not.
Right.
Whereas if he did it in the heat of the moment, they would have given him like 16 to 20 years.
Yeah.
That's
Whereas
ridiculous.
if it's premeditated first degree murder, they would have given him life right away off the bat.
Right.
So that's
Which
what
is
we were
what we
shooting for.
wanted.
That's exactly. And so the hardest part for me with that, and I'm sure listening to all of it, I don't know. I mean, I prayed so hard for you guys every day, because me sitting there listening to it was emotional and hard. And I just can't
It
imagine
was.
having to have you guys all relive that again, you know.
It felt like a movie, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
it was the strangest and just most craziest like couple of weeks
Yeah.
of listening to all of that like unfold and reliving it. Like,
Reliving
but it was
it.
like watching a movie or listening to a movie, because it just felt so weird to listen to and
Mm-hmm.
hear all this stuff, and it's just it's still hard to like break it down, like what really happened.
Right.
It felt like someone was reading a book out of my life.
Exactly.
Like every little detail, every second, every minute of the series of events that happened, just it was crazy. I mean, felt unreal. It was very interesting. Like one side of me was very what's the word? Intrigued, not intrigued, but I was very fascinated by it. Like hearing our family story and like what we went through, hearing it in all of the detail. Like I don't know, it's so hard to describe. It felt unreal, but yeah, I had my moments, but I gotta say, being able to listen to it, I was very thankful.
Yeah.
It gave me a lot of closure.
Good.
I mean, yeah, I had my moments, hearing him speak, hearing his attorney,
Right.
cross-examining my brother.
Oh.
Yeah,
There's
tell
a
me
lot of
about it.
anger, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So during the trial, so Philip stayed here in California,
Mm-hmm.
right? And Kristie and the girls had moved to Arizona in 2019. And then Brian and his girlfriend Alicia moved out there
The
with
end of 20.
Phil
the end
Senior.
of, with Phil Senior, the end of 2019,
Yes.
right?
That is correct.
And so when the trial happened, Brian, their brother, had to be on the stand, and his girlfriend. And I am going to say this, and whether you're a defense attorney or not, it doesn't really matter to me, because I could never live with myself as a defense attorney.
No.
Listening to the cross-examination, and like you said, listening to he wasn't as bad with Alicia, but with Brian, I was like sitting there like, are you kidding me right now?
Right.
Is this how they're going to treat this kid?
Right.
And that's all I could think about is this kid did nothing, but he's just explaining life, right?
Yeah.
And that was really, really hard. And I thought about that a lot. And my biggest thing with all of that was, like you said, if it would have been second degree, then he would have got like 16 to 20 years. And I sit there and I'm like, seriously? Like, how is that even possible?
Right.
Yeah.
But then I thought about you kids having to go live all of that again. And then I guess really kind of almost living it for the first time, because that was hearing everything all over again.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, which is so important, I think, to hear, is the closure. You finally had the closure.
Yep, that was the big one.
Yeah.
I mean, once I heard that verdict, it was like, wow, he
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
He has what's coming to him.
Yeah.
And like, I had a moment where I was like, damn, now I can breathe.
Right.
I don't have to worry about this person getting out and having to worry about my family's safety,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So definitely a deal of relief right there.
Yeah. It was me sitting in the courtroom just hearing that.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you heard or not, but that defense attorney,
Mhm.
he made the judge ask each juror
Yep.
if that's what they said.
Yep.
And
Mhm.
so each juror,
Yeah.
they either said guilty or yes. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure they each said guilty.
I think they said guilty.
Yeah. And so that was powerful to me. I thought, good.
Yeah.
Then you can really, good for you, defense attorney. Finally, you did something good.
I know.
You know?
Not one person said no.
No.
It was clear as day. I mean, you look at the evidence. He left my brother his debit card. He said, "Here, take this," because he was planning on it.
Yes.
And then when he was talking to the negotiator, who was trying to negotiate him out of suicide, he said, "Well, everything's going all part of plan, so right there should tell you."
Yes.
So.
And that was my big thing too.
Mhm.
And also him saying that he had the girls with him.
Yeah.
I know.
That was
What pissed me off the most about that was he was saying that the girls didn't want to wake up. I said, please. I've waken up these girls for a year.
Yes.
They have no struggle waking up for nothing.
Not at all.
It's all, yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely a roller coaster.
Yeah. And so with the closure part of it, I interviewed a girl a few months ago. Her name's Jamie Dia. And when we were in Tahoe last year, it was right after your mom's celebration of life.
Yep.
And we had a police officer shot and killed in Toledo.
Ooh.
And on the 4th of July, actually. Well, anyways, I interviewed his wife, and the man that killed him ended up killing himself right away. So she said, and this is when you said this is powerful for people that are going through these things in life, was you got to have that closure.
Mhm.
And so she said that she felt so bad. And as she was talking to me, all I could think about was all of you, because she said, we actually had closure with Anthony at that moment. Now,
Right.
not that, the death and everything, but they didn't have to sit through this again. And I thought about that, and I was like, they got to sit through all of this again. Your grandma and grandpa. I know that your grandma, well, she sat through all of it herself, because your grandpa's been in the hospital with a stroke.
Yeah.
Right.
And so to think about the power that they had to go through all of this all over again, and the closure. I know the relief for everybody, and I know on the 21st is when the sentencing is.
Yes.
Yep.
So will you guys be there for the sentencing?
We will.
Okay.
Mhm.
And question for you: are you speaking then to the judge?
I would like to.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if I'll be nervous at the time or not. I don't know how I'll be feeling or what will be going through my head, because you don't know until you're in the moment, truly.
Yes.
But we'll see what happens, because I got some really good words I want to say to
Yeah.
that motherfucker.
Yeah. I'm sure. Oh, so it's more you get to talk to him.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how that.
I don't know
I mean,
how it
sitting in
goes.
that courtroom, I was like, I don't know how any of this works. I've only seen things on TV, right? Yeah. So that'll be good closure for you too.
Oh, yeah.
And I will be praying very heavily for that. Now, when you guys come, are you bringing the girls?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Yes. I'm so excited. So I had said to somebody, and this, I'm going to tell you this right now. Somebody said, are they bringing the I figured you guys were coming. And somebody said, well, are they going to be able to bring the girls? Because then I was like, well, wait, if Christina can't come because somebody's got to be with the girls, because when you were here for the beginning of the trial, I know that you couldn't come, and probably finances too.
Oh, yeah.
And but I want to tell you guys this: the day of the sentencing, I will take the girls and I will hang out with them all day. So
Right.
you guys can both go.
Thank you.
And
Tammy.
I don't know if there's other people that have offered that, but I'm offering it. And
Thank
so
you.
now that I've offered it, you can't let anybody else
No.
take that away. We're going to take the top off my Jeep and we're going to go have some fun.
We were actually worried about that, but thank you, Tammy.
Good.
I really appreciate it.
I can't wait. And you know, as much as I'd like to be there and hear them say,
Right.
you know, this is 21 with or life with no hope is what I want to hear. But for me to be able to spend time with the girls, so you guys can do more closure, you know. So that's taken care of. I'll hang out with the girls. If you guys need a place to stay, you can stay with me. So I'm just gonna throw that out there right now, just so we have that in the clear. So I don't know. I just really when I'm sharing my stories of hope, you know, like I say, everybody goes through struggles in life, and everybody's struggles are different. What you two have been through is a struggle beyond what any person should have to go through. You know, like I said, losing your mom the way that you did is unspeakable. And then at the same time, having your dad, I don't know if that's what you still call him. I don't
call
know.
him my father.
Okay. Your father be the one that inflicted that.
Right.
You know, it's just, but for you to say, okay, I need to keep going. I have these two beautiful sisters that need me, that they need their big brother, and they need Christina. And you guys stepped up to the plate and are doing it. And I just commend you. I think it's amazing. I want to say this on here. I don't ask for anything when I'm doing these, but man, if you guys would like to donate anything to these kids, I mean, it would help them so much. I'm going to talk about that. We can do like a Cash App or Venmo or something. I know we've set up some different GoFundMe's and stuff, but I mean, just anything would help, you know? So I just, you know, I don't ever do that on my podcast. I've never done that, but I just know that you two, what you do, it's powerful. It's amazing. And I'm sure the struggle is real with income. I mean,
it is, especially living in California, you know. Housing is incredibly expensive. Gas is like $5 right now. Oh my
gosh, I know. I came across the border. Like I got gas in Arizona because Barry was like, make sure you grab gas right before you get over the border. I was like, oh yeah. So it was like, I don't know, it was like $4.50 or something there. I get across the border, it's like $5.05. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What is going on? Yeah. So, and I know that, and I know that you're trying to be a stay at home with the girls, you know, because
I think it's important.
I mean,
that's what I grew up with, and I know Kristie was a stay at home, and I just think
she was.
Yep.
It's just one of those very like connected things to be able to do, and it's like you'd like to say powerful. It is powerful to be able to stay at home and do this and
take care of them. And the girls, I mean, let's look at it. They need a little more TLC than some other people do.
Right.
You know,
really,
they I mean, they were young, so you know, it's and to have you two to be there to support them and help them and to remind them. That's what I love too, is that, you know, you talked about like Facebook memories come up and you sit and you talk about it. And so, you know, because I mean, they definitely know who their mom was and is, but to have those memories and then them to be able, when we were in the pool in Vegas, I remember we were talking about, I don't even remember what it was, but the girls were like, their smiles were big and they're like, oh yeah, I remember that, and those are the things that, you two are doing, and it's just powerful. So
Well, we owe it to my mom. I mean, the way I look at it, my father was a psychopath. There's no doubt about that. He is one of the worst of the worst. He tormented us mentally. He was an asshole, didn't care about anyone but himself. My mom wanted to leave multiple times, but she stayed with him. And she did that because it was better for us, and that's the way she saw it. And I thought if she was able to stay with that psychopath for 20 years of her life, the least I can do to return the favor is take care of her girls.
oh,
And I take great pride in that.
that
So when I go to work, it's for them. Everything I do is for them. And I can't thank my mom enough.
oh, that is the sweetest.
And that's the least I can do.
That is the sweetest, what you
Mhm.
just said. It really, that's a lot. I do want to touch base with that a little bit too, because did you Paula said that there was a little bit of conflict when you guys were dating.
Yeah, my father,
It was definitely
how do I
rough.
put this?
Yeah.
He didn't, he assumed things about Christina, like she's part Nicaraguan and he thought she was
Hispanic
Mexican.
descent.
And he was a hardcore atheist and he thought, I should be with some other girl, and he was incredibly racist when it came to Christina. Didn't even meet her and he was already talking shit about her, saying, oh, I don't want my son dating no blah 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 blah. And it got mentally tormenting after a while. But you know what? I stuck my fucking heels in the ground and I did what I wanted to do, and I pursued a relationship with her, and he hated it. But you know what? That is one of the things I am most proud of in my life, is going against that motherfucker's word and staying with my girl.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, if he doesn't like it, too fucking bad.
Because she's the love of your life.
Yeah.
Right there.
Now that shit don't matter. He's sitting in a jail cell, probably waiting for some Bubba to come around, We can get into that some other time.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah.
No, but I know that Paula said you did get robbed a little bit of the time that you could have had with Kristie. But
she did.
Yeah.
She only got to meet my mom on four occasions.
Yeah, at the beginning that hurt the most. Like, I got so robbed. I can't be with this amazing person that everyone talks about.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law.
Right.
Especially in the future, we want to have kids when we get married.
That's the part that hurts most, is thinking about the future, our wedding, the birth of our children, holidays. It's rough.
Yeah. And the thing is that, like the sign that she sent you on the radio.
There's been plenty of those.
That's what I was just going to say. I'm sure that there's a lot of signs, Is there any that you can recall? Like,
a lot of dragonflies.
Okay. Oh, yeah, she sings dragonflies.
So that's something that is definitely. Did she love dragonflies?
Oh yeah.
Is that what? Okay. I mean, I know dragonflies because there's been so many times that we've been like out doing things and the dragonflies have come. Like Jolene had one sitting on her phone one time and basically kissed her. And I was like, are you kidding me? Dragonflies don't do that. And it was, she was having a conversation about Kristie. It was so I see that the girls are back.
Her favorite Guns N' Roses Patience comes on all the time when we're talking about her.
Literally, when I was rolling up to my house the day it happened, before I even found out, I was driving home. I was like 5 minutes away, and I turned on the radio, and I was just like, I'll turn on the radio. And Patience came on, like right when I pressed the power button, it was that first chord. And I was like, oh, fuck, I hope my mom's okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then sometimes I'll be driving home after a stressful day. I'll kind of be in my emotions. I'll be like, everything's all right. Everything's all right. And then Mama, I'm Coming Home comes on by Ozzy. And I'm like, damn it, Mom.
Yeah. And those are I love the fact that, like we were talking about earlier, God sends those signs. Your mom sends those signs that you see them and that she's always with you. I can't stress that enough to people. Like, and like I said, whatever you believe, but I do believe that those signs are there and people show us like we are still here. They're in a better place and we're living down here, and they're letting you know like, hey, that song was for you because you're doing a great job. Hey, that dragonfly was for you. Thank you for taking care of my girls. You know, and I know that she is so proud of you. And I guess maybe that's why I'm here, just to say, like, you guys need to know what you're doing is amazing. Yeah. And I loved this.
I did too, Tammy. It honestly felt really good doing this.
Good. Is there anything that you guys want to add before we wrap it up, or?
I just wanted to say to all the people, friends, family, people out in the world that heard our story, you know, helped us out, donated, gave us words of advice, you know, I just wanted to thank you all. You are amazing, and the world needs more people like you. And we couldn't have done it without you all. And I just wanted to say, from the Bobbitt family, thank you all. Me, my fiance, my sisters and brother are very appreciative. So thank you guys.
That's big. And I have to say this about a lot of the friends that we call them family now, like I said with you guys.
The Thrive family.
The Thrive family.
Oh God.
It was your mom, because she brought those kind of people into her life, because she was such an amazing person.
She was a woman of light, and her light touched everyone in this world.
It really did.
I saw it during her celebration of life. Just all these people came out like, oh my God, I knew your mom from high school. You know, she was such a nice person. Or, oh, I met your mom through this and that. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Just, you literally met her a couple times and you're coming out here for her. That tells you what type of person she was.
Exactly. And like I said, you show what type of person she was. So
takes a strong woman to raise a strong man.
It's true.
All 4 of her babies are a mirroring image of her.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Especially Ava.
Yeah. Oh, Ava for sure. For sure. Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. And goodness. So, well, thank you so much for doing this with me today. We had the girls go out for a little bit, so they didn't have to like join in on this, but I'll probably interview them when they're like 17 and 18 or something. Awesome. Or they'll be like 20 and 17 or something, you know.
Awesome. Yeah. I would love to do this again. This was fun.
I'd love to do it again too. I always tell people too, when I get done, like I do have another lady that I did just interview again, because life changes in 6 months.
It really
you
does.
know, so 6 months down the road, we can do this again. I can't wait.
Who knows? We might do this in 5 years from now, and who knows where we'll be.
Then there'll be little ones running around, maybe twins. I mean, she got that twin gene, you know. So, well, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you, everybody, for jumping on Hope. I hope everybody has an amazing day, and we will be talking to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Much love, y'all.